Hello, thanks for clicking on this video to hear about staying safe, getting back to basics. We're hoping that these quick tips will help you provide conversations that are more person-centered and help you really get back to focusing on a good life. I want to get started by why we did this and what you're thinking about. And when you're having conversations with people, it's really important to think about what is it that you're wanting to get back to. And when I started out talking to my little brother with a disability, he wants to get back to work and to what he does every day. He wants to hug his friends again. He wants to exercise, maybe go to concerts or go to stock car races. And when I asked him the question, what is it you don't want? He said, I don't want to get sick. I don't want others to get sick. And quite frankly, I don't want to have to wear this mask forever. So that was really our starting point and something you should think about when you're having these conversations with people. But what do we know when we're having these conversations? It's really important to balance between what's important to the person and what's important for the person. Although we know many things will keep people safe and healthy, it's also important to really balance their dignity of risk and their self-determination. So that's kind of the lens we're starting from in this conversation. The other thing is we always talk about the 3 buckets of support and how can we use those 3 buckets for staying safe? Think about it. That first bucket is, do people have the information that they need? Are they making informed decisions? Did we give them information in a way that they understand it, in a way that they can communicate? Do we know if that person has someone to talk to that they trust? You know, who is it that they'll listen to? Who is it that will make the biggest impact on them? But we also need to know, how are people getting access to the services they need? Do they have the transportation that they need? Do they have masks to wear? Do they know where to go get the vaccine if that's what they need? So we use those 3 buckets of support throughout our entire conversation about staying safe and getting back to basics. So now let's think about getting back to basics. What does that really mean? Well, we use the trajectory to think about that. So we know our vision for getting back to what we want is going back to work, hugging our friends. And if I sit down with somebody and say, what are the things that might prevent you from getting back to doing those things? The first thing is are you washing your hands? If you don't wash your hands, that might prevent us from going back to being able to get back to the basics of life. If we don't cover our cough or our sneeze, if we don't stay home when we're feeling sick, if we don't wear a mask if it's needed, and if we don't get vaccinated, these are all things that might prevent us from the vision for what we want and take us towards getting sick, staying sick, and getting others sick. But we can also have that conversation from the reverse. So when I sit down with somebody and I'd say, what can we each do? What can each one of us do to stay safe? We can think about it like this. Are you washing your hands? Do you stay home when you're sick? Are you wearing your mask? So we use this conversation either way, depending on who that person is and where you want to get started. But it's also really important to think about all of the resources that really help us stay informed about COVID, stay informed about the best way to stay safe. And if you think about it, we use the STAR for doing that. The first way is are we communicating with that person the best way that they know how to learn, the best way that they, do they need it in plain language? Do they need videos? Do they need it in a different language? Do they need a friend or a family member to help them read it and understand that? The other way is who are the people in their lives that they trust? Helping them identify, is it a family? Is it a friend? Is it your doctor? Is it your case manager? Pointing out and helping that person identify those people that will help them make an informed choice. The other thing, moving around the stars, is where are you going to get your most up-to-date information? Are you going to the CDC? Are you going to the Department of Mental Health's website? Are you talking to your support coordinator and asking them for the most up-to-date information? But we also know you can go into the community. You can talk to your pharmacist, your schools, your senior centers, the things you do during your day, your dentist, your employers. That's a lot of other places we get our information. But we also know it's important to help people understand credible websites, credible news media, credible social media and blogs. So also trying to understand where maybe that information or misinformation might be coming from are also different strategies to support that conversation. But we also know if you want to stay up to date, check out mostopcovid.com for up-to-date information. You can also go to the Department of Mental Health Division of Developmental Disabilities website for a list of resources that would be helpful for you, or join them every Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 to find out what's happening currently. Or you can go to the Administration on Community Living's website for even more information about COVID-19. We hope this helps you think about how to stay safe and getting back to basics.